Robert MacNeil was born in Montreal and brought up in Halifax. During his college years, he acted for radio plays and local theatre and worked as a radio announcer before going into journalism, and in fact moved to London to start a career in the arts in 1955. Eventually, he approached Reuters News Agency, where he would work for the next 5 years and learn the business of journalism.
Robert and I first met, as I recall, when we were both working in London. He was working with Reuters, and I think I may just about beginning to work at Reuters. We were both hanging around the CBC office trying to scrounge freelance radio work.
By 1963, Robin, as he's known to his friends, was working in NBC's Washington bureau covering the White House. He was on duty the day President Kennedy was assassinated. A few years later, he became the co-anchor of the first half-hour weekend news broadcast, the Scherer-MacNeil Report on NBC. In 1971, he made the jump to PBS, where he met Jim Lehrer. The two of them co-anchored PBS's Emmy Award-winning coverage of the Senate Watergate hearings. But it was their mutual disenchantment with network news programs that sparked the launch of the Robert MacNeil Report with Jim Lehrer in 1975. Soon renamed the MacNeil-Lehrer Report.
He and I were very much in sync, and we realized that we wanted, even though we had two very different backgrounds, he came from a very sophisticated, cultured background. I've been all over the world. I came from nowhere, and my travels had been mostly to Juarez, Mexico, up to that point. But we were in complete sync professionally about journalism, what it is we wanted to do, and that we decided, my God, maybe we could do it together, because we were contrasting in our personalities, but very much together in terms of what we wanted to do.
14 years later, MacNeil also covered the desk for Cookiegate.
Thank you for being with us, Mr. Cookie Monster.
You're welcome. Thanks.
The person you see is the person he is. There's no fakery involved. I think the only condition I would put on that remark is that he's worked for so many years with PBS, which sometimes suffers from an excess of worthiness, that what you don't see is the funny Robert MacNeil, who's got a wonderful sense of humor, which I think is probably prohibited by the gods of public broadcasting.
Eventually, the MacNeil-Lehrer News Hour was developed. With a full hour devoted to nightly news, this innovative approach to news won many broadcasting awards, and in 1999, Robert and Jim were inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame. Robert was awarded the Order of Canada in 1997. He's won several awards in journalism and has worked all over the world. He's interviewed U.S. presidents, Fidel Castro, the Shah of Iran, the Ayatollah Khomeini, and many others. He is also an accomplished author with titles such as Burden of Desire, Voyage, and The People Machine. Although he is retired from daily journalism, he still remains active in MacNeil-Lehrer Productions, the company he started so many years ago with his co-anchor. His most recent project was hosting a PBS series on autism featuring his grandson, Nick.
All my grandchildren are a little shy when we first meet again.
Nice to see you.
But Nick's shyness is different.
Robert MacNeil's contribution to the fields of journalism, broadcasting, and writing make him truly one of the greatest.
I cannot imagine a more appropriate honoree than Robert MacNeil. My God, he's done everything.
I honor Robin. I'm glad you are honoring Robin. And may he be reporting for years and years to come.